Morning. Welcome back. Happy Easter. Easter Saturday today. So where are we up to this morning? We're going to rob a chaser bin tyre to put on the air cart to try and get this paddock sown before tomorrow being Easter Sunday. So I had local footy yesterday, which both Sarah and I are involved in, so we're all day in there helping out. It was a bloody hot day actually, so which wasn't ideal for this time of year, but anyway, it would have been hotter if you had been running around on the football field or netball court. So plan is I'm just going to jack this up and block it up and take this wheel off, and then I will do the same, go over the air cart and get it jacked up, and then obviously I'll just grab the telehandler's out of action still, so we'll grab the little baby Fent and we'll get this over and get them swapped over. And there's about 2 hours over there left, I reckon, 2 to 3 hours by the time we do the headlands. So so we'll get this done first and then we'll come back and feed a few sheep. Obviously being the weekend I'm here on my own, so which is fine, but I've got a ute full of blocks and that. I was hoping the telehandler might have started, and we could have. It's not very heavy, this bin, so we could have just stuck the forks under there and lifted it up. So, but it's not to be. So anyway, that's all right. We'll get it jacked up and get this thing off. Done. I just had to grab a crowbar to shimmy the tyre off, so I've got that trestle under there. Should be right, hopefully. As I said, there's not a heap of weight in it, so till we get the other one fixed, and we need this tyre will probably stay on for the duration of sowing. But anyway, we'll just see if we get a rain delay. I'll get the other tyre into the tyre joint and see what they can do with it, and but it can stay on there because we'll finish sowing the crop before we go back harvesting corn now. So alright. Just looking at the weather forecast, they do have not bad rain for Anzac Day, which is, I suppose, the old traditional start to sowing, or when we used to start sowing wheat. So it would be really bloody good if we could jag 25 or 30 mil next weekend. We'll get our canola in and get this contract. We've got about 100 there's not that much. I reckon there's about 150 hectares of contract canola to go in, just our usuals, so we can get that done by next weekend, have next weekend off, and then full steam we'll finish all our sowing, and then get the contracting out of the road. So, and hopefully we might get a bit of rain on some of this pasture and start to get a bit of feed cracking, because it's going to be tough again. And it's a bit of a toss up. We'd have to buy water. We don't have a lot of irrigation water left, so we'd have to buy irrigation water on the temporary market if we were going to do if we were going to irrigate, but my concern is because the ground's so dry, it's going to take a heap of water, and then generally what happens is when you water, this time of year it turns around, it rains and everything gets too wet and you can't do anything with it afterwards anyhow. So not to worry, we've got plenty of hay and plenty of grain. We're well prepared for feeding stock. It just means we've got to it's just the time to do it. That's the long and the short of it. So anyway, it'll rain eventually. It's been like this before. It's not its first rodeo. It's only a little bit flat on the bottom. Anyway, we should be right. I'll have to have a couple of goes at jacking it. I think under here we'll just jack it and block it and jack it and block it to get it up. I could go and get the air compressor and pump it up, because it will hold air. It didn't just go flat, it was a slow leak. Yeah, if you didn't watch the last one, it's got we'll see it when we get up, but it's got quite a bad split in the sideline. Oh, there it is there. It has had that split for probably since we got the tyres. They were second hand when we built the air cart. So yeah, we could probably, I don't even think we'd bother trying to put a plug in there. Anyway, we'll just see. I'm hoping they might be able to put a patch on the inside of it and we chuck a tube in it or something just to get us through. If not, we'll probably search around for a second handy, because that would be, I'd hate to think to buy a brand new one, and we don't. Look, we put new tyres on the front there, but you know, because we're only rolling, we don't need grip. So if the tyre's good in the sidewall, that would be good enough, because we just don't need the tread. So anyway, I'll get this jacked up and see if we can get him off the ground. That hasn't worked out too badly. So just used each jack a bit and put a block in and wind it up, and we've got it up. So I've got the nuts off it. Might just bring over a couple more blocks of wood with me when I come over in the tractor to handle it. I'm not even going to attempt to get that off without a bit of mechanical help. Yeah, I'll just say, because I might have to come up a little bit more depending on the tyre height. It'll be pretty close to what the other one is, but yeah, it might just want a little bit more. Yeah, we didn't have much to go. Like that's the edge of the paddock just there. So it was a bit frustrating. So yeah, as I said, there'll be a couple of hours left here. So we'll try and get him back on its wheels, and then we can get it finished out of the road and have the weekend. Back together, doesn't really look too much out of place actually. So it's must be the same height, same diameter as the one that come off it. So I'll just show you, for any budding young air seeder driver, young or old, the reason why you should always prime your tubes and make sure that you've got fert and seed coming out. I just did that was just about to start, and had basically had 2 blocked fertiliser heads. So we're going to have some strips somewhere where crops had no fert. What I actually found was that's the tie off the bottom of a bulker bag. So I had the urea we're putting down was in bulker bags, and we just drop it in a hopper and auger it in the truck, and obviously the auger has grabbed hold of the string on the bottom of the bulker bag, and I actually found it jammed up in one of the splitters there, so it's effectively blocked the hose right back to the underneath the metering unit. So it just pays to check when you start, and if you pull up go to the toilet or something like that, you always run it and make sure you've got seed and yeah, obviously fertiliser. Anyway, I don't know, got no idea how much where it could be, because I checked it when Jay took over. Like, it might be a couple of hours maybe where we've had no fert. Hopefully it's not that much, but in that, like, not right across the bar, but those couple of heads. So yeah, still picking up baling twine from previous generations. Anyway, all right, and oh, there's a bit of water. These older farms, and we've had it with the dairy block, it takes you a few years to get them back tidied up. Yeah, just baling twine and wire and posts and all the fun stuff. All right, we'll get rolling. Back at it. So I've just had some sister and her partner and kids are up for Easter, so just had them at home, and we fed some sheep and took the kids for riding the new tractor, and yeah, they've come up from Melbourne, so I started again after I got the tyre back on, and then yeah, only did an hour and pulled up. So I'm just doing the Western Headland now. Yeah, it's a bit interesting to see. I've done about I think Tony's sprayed about 125 hectares and I've done 112, so it'll be interesting to see how much is in the headlands. I'll probably do 3 headlands at each end, just where Jay's been driving, just where he's been learning to get it back in the ground. He sort of probably hasn't been quite as quick in spots, so yeah, I'll probably do 3 or 4 just to cover that headland, so we haven't got any misses. But yeah, that's okay. But here where we've been driving in from the other farm, it's pretty bloody hard actually. But again, it's warmed up. It's 32 on the tractor outside, so yeah. But no, get this done out of the road. I'm going to take the seeder home. I've just got a couple of press wheels. The bearings in the press wheels are a bit dodgy. So yeah, Monday morning we'll get to and whip them off and change a few press wheel bearings before we head out the back farm with it. So, you don't know whether Tony's going to work Monday or not, being Easter Monday, so not too stressed if he doesn't. So, yeah, I think young Jay might come out so we can get moved and he can get him to give us a hand. I can go spraying and I'll put him on the seeder anyway. So, just got to do a U-bolt here at the end. Back at home. So just folding out the bar in front of the workshop here. I've just got a couple of press wheel bearings that are a bit dicky, so we'll have a look at them on Monday and change them up before we get going again. So yeah, so the first 120 hectares down, which is good. So that tyre was a bit of a pain in the backside. It's just delayed it a couple of days. So that's all right though. These things happen. But other than that, it's rocking along pretty well. Yeah, as I mentioned in the early videos, the axle seems to be going well, and the small seeds box seems really accurate. So pretty happy with that. Yeah, so we'll do these few jobs and then we'll get packed up and moved out to the other farm. There's 130 hectares to do out there, so there's a good couple of days out there if we can get going. Monday, hopefully, we should get finished out there by sometime Wednesday. Yeah, and then we'll hopefully get shifted into town then. So yeah, Alright, thanks again for watching. Have a happy Easter. Don't eat too much chocolate. Yeah, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.